This is just connected to the second video that I had. What I was saying is that I come to appreciate, like, as a pet theory, that I think that I was saying in another video that I was at a gas station at night and I had to charge up my phone because it's very low, and then I put the charger into the wall and I charged it just to get like 1 or 2%. Then I went in, I got a cup of coffee, and then I noticed that there was a lady come sit down at exactly the same seat where I had been. It's not a lot of people sit down in this area where I'm at, because most people they just walk out of somewhere like this, but it actually has chairs, but not a lot of people actually sit down in them. But she had sat down exactly where I was at, and then was like kind of leaning over where my phone was at. So I was having a little bit of misgivings about, because I thought someone might walk out with the charger, because and like when it's like when life has been going crazy, I really need that charger a lot because I use it. But then so I was casting eyes. I wasn't trying to mug them or mean mug, but I was just kind of like just out of being a little bit nervous. I was casting eyes, but they were like on a double date, like like so it was like 4 people, but they looked sturdy people. But I'm not. The last thing I'm trying to look for is more problems, because I got a hell of a lot of problems, that critical stuff that I'm no one needs any problems on top of life already. But then I did my business. Then they as I did my business, they got up. Then they went, so we kind of swapped. Like, they went towards the front and started to do shopping, and then they had left. So I went back where I was at and I charged my phone in. But I wasn't in my mind. I was kind of like not. I wasn't looking for nothing to smoke. I was actually about to sit down and start writing some music. But then I forgot about them for a couple minutes. I had a cool idea, something to look up to do with music, and then all of a sudden I find myself yawning like that. Just not. I wasn't feeling fatigued. It is late at night, but I just yawned for no reason like that. I think that your mind it's picking up the subtle cues of your environment, very subtle cues, even as you between your short and long-term memory. So my short-term memory was like, yeah, we're trying to like look at one another, but it almost would look like smoke, but it's not trying to have smoke. Well, you can maybe say it's smoke if somebody's like going by your charger, but that's not what I was on. But then I forgot about that to actually get interested in like looking up uh, music content, and I fell back from that. But I was more so passive and relaxed and not thinking about nothing to smoke. But then I yawn like that, and I think that what your body is doing is that your body is perceiving that I don't know if it's your body or your subconscious mind. It's perceiving that someone may be appreciating you as a particular, like, to actually go there with you, like right now, 100% go there, potentially that instinct or inclination or that interest. But that's not what you're on. But your mind can still perceive that, so your mind makes you yawn like that. It makes you look with the yawning. It shows that you're passive. It's almost like I think that like the primates, they'll do different cues to signal like the beginning of a fight or the avoidance of a fight, like that. And so I think that's actually what's happening when you're yawning. But it's deeper than just than someone sitting in front of your face. Because I think, like, sometimes when you drive at night, you're not really having even eye contact. You don't even know what people look like in different cars. But whatever they're actually on, like their intent, as though they could be on something like that. I think that you actually yawn like that even inside of a car, where when you yawn, there had actually been the potential for there had been the potential for something, and your subconscious mind picks up very, very fine cues, very, very fine cues, much finer than you could appreciate in terms consciously thinking about that this person would move at this momentum, at this angle, that this and that, when the light had done that, this and that, or even that's even as you're conscious. But someone may actually just be behind you, and you're not even conscious that someone's behind you, but subconscious, there's cues like that, and you yawn just the same as you would in nature to stand down. But it's a body. It's your body communicating, but also it's almost, because like a yawn, it's more than communication, because you actually do feel something of tired, but your body is doing that for you to protect you from getting into smoke. Where if you didn't do that, you might look more formidable, and you may draw or attract conflict more than if you just yawn. Because if you're yawning, you're not really on nothing. You would seem like you're not on nothing. But if you're primed, then you seem like you're on something. So that's just a pet theory of mine that I wanted to talk about what might be going on when you're yawning. I had my aunt asked me about that long ago. She's like, what does that mean when people are yawning like that? And I already had some pet theories back then, but now I have a little bit more. I have more of a cue on it. I think there might be more than that too, because when I had yawned like that, I was looking up. So I'm using a different instrument than I normally use, and I was looking up content for like things you could study with that instrument. When I looked that up, I was learning a new idea. I was learning that there's actually some content for what I'm trying to do, like that learning. So I was actually incorporating a new idea. Sometimes I think that yawning is related to that, where when you're taking in a new idea as it's late to, but your mind's actually assimilating it and growing, and it'll make you yawn like that. It's actually the same motion and instinct as when you laugh. When you laugh, your body is incorporating a new concept, like or combining two concepts that your mind hadn't put together. Your mind hadn't associated those two things, but it's delightful and enjoyable when it's comical and it's like well timed. But I think that it's similar when you're yawning, but it's not along the comical lines, but it's more like just interest or I see. Oh, okay, I see that, kind of like that. But then as that happened, so more people just walk by that could potentially be friend or foe. That also, as I'm making this, that could be also like a little bit like standing down again. So I think it's like a dynamic combination of taking in a new thought, incorporating something, and also standing down somehow. That's going on when you're yawning. So it's just a pet theory that I wanted to offer. Peace.